looking at myself, I just think style goes out the window. It's definitely not anything I look like on a regular day. But I'm out here and everything's got a function, and that's what's most important. This hat yesterday was great. Oh, by the way, good morning. It's the 7th, May 7th. I don't remember what day it is, it's fine. Yeah, this hat was great yesterday. It was great, shade from the sun. It was perfect. It was a wise purchase for being outdoors. Actually, I bought this because I work outside. Well, sometimes I work outside at events. And, like when you're on the mall in DC and it's just a sunny day. And you're outside all day. It's a good thing to have. So, yeah, I slept okay last night. Slept better than I have so far. Definitely got a little sweaty, but it wasn't too bad. I think I'm just gonna have to learn to deal with it. I slept in my underwear. It was a little chilly this morning, so around 4:30, I took all my clothes and stuffed them down into my quilt so that they would warm up before I put them on. Took my sweet time this morning. It's at least 6:45. Did some stretching and just took my time. I'm only going about 21 miles today. So, yeah. Also, I'm probably staying at a motel tonight, the Gateway. There's a potential tent site or stealth site at 27 miles that I could probably make it to. Although again, I'm getting a late start today, so it really depends on how fast I'm moving. But without any solid intel on what it's like, I don't want to walk 27 miles to find out that it's not a good place for a hammock, or that what somebody else thinks is a great tent site is not a great tent site. So, or stealth site. So yeah. Sorry for shaky cam, but I'm stepping down off rocks. My body feels pretty good today. I was watching Pinky posted a video of him going over the rocks. Dude is about the same age as I am, and he's just cruising over these rocks like nothing. But for me right now, at least later on in the day, every step is painful. I can't do that. That's just where I'm at. But I can tell you that taking my time and just being slow and methodical has helped my feet actually feel better. They feel like they're healing every day. Parts like this, doing step downs, like I'm feeling it in my quads, not as bad as the first day, but it's still there. Generates a little bit of worry for like when I get to like places where there's actually a lot of descent. Because this kind of reminds me of how my legs felt in the very beginning going downhill, which caused some knee issues. I was wondering if my cortisone shots wore off. I thought it was because of the work that I did between there. Maybe it was just the cortisone shots keeping me up. But I didn't think they were supposed to last that long. We'll keep going with my legs are strong. It's just they need reminders. How's that? Yeah. What else? Yeah, there's not a lot of water between here and then. Well, there's water between here over the next 20 miles, but it's all like off trail. Like one of them I was looking at was 0.6 off trail downhill. So I've got 2 liters on me. I've probably drank a liter today, this morning. And then yesterday I probably drank 5 liters or so, maybe. The warmer it gets, the more I need to drink. I'm always monitoring my pee throughout the day, taking a look at it. And it's interesting because at night it gets darker, like while I'm sleeping, which doesn't seem to really make sense. Or maybe it does for some strange reason. But I think that's enough for me this morning. My mood is good. I feel all right today. I'm ready to do the thing. So I'll talk to you guys later. Up and up and up. So I am having fun. This is fun. It's interesting. This is bouldering, like the easiest grade, but the easiest grade with a backpack on. So. You are huge. Hi. 21.4 miles. Yeah. And I'm at the Gateway Motel. Today was rough and not rough. I mean, it wasn't like it was a super hard day. But again, there's a funny thing about the rocks of Rocksylvania, and that is it's not that bad. But it is that bad. Like all day, every day. It was really cool seeing that rattlesnake. But then, like, that slowed me down. The first part of the day, the climbing, that was fun. That was fun. I had some joy there. And I really felt like I started kind of moving, but that climbing slowed me down a lot. I mean, it is climbing, and, it's hard with the backpack on. So it slowed me down a little bit, and then I was like, I'd made a funny video or something, and then I'd like always just decided I'm not gonna post it, and I was playing around a bit. So the first 2 hours, or the first hour, was under. Actually, first 2 hours was way under where I should have been. So then I get to that section at the top where it's just, piles of rocks on top. And I see that rattlesnake, its body was as thick as my wrist. I don't think the video captures how huge it was. And it starts doing this ujjayi breath type shit, just and that's fine, and I felt safe. I basically walked over it because its head was in the rock, and it was if it was coiled up, I probably would have like gone way around. But the way it was situated, I just kind of stepped over it. Its head was by the time I moved, the head was under the rock, and it was kind of stretched out. There's not a lot it could have done very quickly, so I just kind of quickly just went. And it flicked its tail real quick, which scared the shit out of me. That made me think, maybe you shouldn't have done that, but I did it, so whatever. But then I was paranoid. Like, the rest of the time walking over those rocks, I didn't want to step down, Now, I was thinking about it, and I was like, you don't hear about people getting bit by rattlesnakes a lot, which to me means one of two things. Either it doesn't happen very often, or it happens all the time. And I know that they're not deadly necessarily to like a full-grown man like me. It could just make your day suck, right? It could cause a trip to the hospital, and go into all the things about rattlesnake bites, like how the juveniles are more dangerous because they don't know how to control their venom, where the older ones will bite you, but they won't actually hit you with any venom because, it's wasteful. Anyway, it's almost 4 minutes in. So the rest of the day, just rocks and rocks and rocks. And I'm being very mindful because I've found if I just plow through, right, stepping on rocks and just going and just trying to, because that's what I think the fastest way is, step on top of the rocks. But after a while, that just beats up your feet. And then I think, the ankles start to give out, and it's just, I think I'm having ankle mobility problems too, which is causing some issues. But then it beats up your feet, and then by the end of the day, you just can't really go any further. But if I take my time and I watch my foot placement, my feet still hurt at the end of the day, but it's not as bad. It just took me a lot longer to do it. But that's still like, death by, again, I'll say it one more time, death by 1,000 cuts. Death by 1,000 cuts. So I think I felt very demoralized today, even though I wasn't going as far. Knocking 4 miles off of a day, that's even 3 miles. That's like knocking an hour off, an hour and a half, or an hour, depending on how fast you're going, hour and a half if you're going really slow, or, whatever. So, but I stopped a couple times, and I just gave myself a lot of space today. I gave myself a lot of just, hey, I've got time. I'm going to stop. I think it helped. I think it helped a little bit, but it was definitely a demoralizing day. I'm going to look ahead here in a minute to try to see, because I hit Delaware Water Gap tomorrow, and there's two plans. One, I'm staying in a motel tonight. It's a little expensive, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what is happening here, but I bet it'd make a great series on Netflix. I'm sure. In fact, after I thought about that, I bet a lot of these hostels would make a great series on Netflix. So, yeah, I mean, this place is, at the end of the day, $80 for a bed and a shower, and some charging, it seems fair to me. I mean, if you were to just come in here not a thru hiker, you would probably turn around and walk out. But honestly, to me right now, this place is kind of heaven. So that I ordered a lot of food. I'm going to shame fest the shit out of this. I'm just treating myself, pampering myself over here, because I need it. So anyways, tomorrow's Delaware Water Gap. There's two plans here. Plan one is I go into Delaware Water Gap and I stay somewhere else tonight, Platinum Blaze, for a couple days, really enjoying myself, and hit the Outfitters, try to find a new food bag, get my box, get the food I need out of it, and then and then the other plan, which is pretty similar, is wake up really early, go into Delaware Water Gap, hit the Outfitters, hit the post office, bounce my box, and then hike out, see if I can get another 20 miles, because it's only 15 miles to Delaware Water Gap. It'd be nice to make it a 20-mile day. Right now I'm leaning towards treat yourself. But we'll see how I feel tomorrow. I also have to look at the weather tomorrow. When I left this morning, I didn't see rain, but it started raining in the afternoon. I've been slacking a little bit on the weather because I'm not in these high mountains, so I'm not concerned about 90-mile-an-hour winds and shit. But I should be concerned about rain. Especially with these rocks. And I should be concerned about thunder too. I know that there's a thunderstorm coming up potentially in a couple days. So anyway, we're coming up on 9 minutes. I think I've said everything I need to say. I've talked about my mood. I think I'm okay, but just demoralized. Demoralized. That is the word. I'm done. See you guys tomorrow.